We have a woman that says her promiscuous past won't affect her future. Let's go.
Disclaimer, if you're against selling that cat and putting a price on your kitty, I suggest you exit, because over here, we got a price, baby, okay? I am just doing the final touches on my makeup because honestly, I filmed this video and then I was like, oh, let me film it again. People come on my comments all the time and they're like, be honest, you were out selling that cat and that's how you met him. And I was, because I have no shame in having a price on my kitty cat.
Why are we condemning women for putting a price tag on their vagina? Okay, they want to set the price. Men are paying the price. Now it's up to you if you're going to trick, if you're going to pay the price to be with the woman who's been ran through. But at the end of the day, men shouldn't get mad at women because they have a price tag on their vagina. Just because you don't see value in it doesn't mean that it's not valuable. I'm at 4,500 subscribers. It's clear and evident that the world doesn't see value in the truth. You guys want to do dumb shit. You want to listen to other men make decisions for you, as opposed to understanding and discerning what's going to work for you and what isn't.
So I met my now fiance at one of my favorite hotel bars that I used to go to in Boston. I was actually waiting for my friend because she and I were gonna go a little bar hopping. So as soon as I walked in and sat down, I think I was sitting down for probably like 2 minutes. He walks in with his guy friend. Immediately they walk up to me. First thing he said was, "Can I buy you a drink?" Take notes, ladies. That is how a gentleman approaches a woman.
Okay. There's a war going on outside no man is safe from. I don't care how much game you got. I don't care how big your biceps are. I don't care how tall you are. There's a programming going on outside. Okay. A woman cannot determine if you have any game. You can't spit any eargasms to a woman who's not programmed to notice you. Okay. Now it's obvious you're supposed to be with a woman who likes you, etc. But women feel that they deserve a man to buy them a drink. Women feel that that is the opener towards a woman. What are men to do? Body count. Men who are concerned about a body count more than likely are inexperienced with women and don't understand women.
Sitting at the bar. He didn't ask me my name. He didn't ask me what I did for a living. He didn't ask any of those things. He just asked me what I wanted to drink. And the bartender was making our drinks. I excused myself to the ladies' room and I wanted him to see my legs because my legs were out and I was looking good, okay? And when I came back, the sitting arrangements had changed because originally his friend was sitting next to me and he was sitting on the other side to his friend. And when I came back from the bathroom, him and his friend had exchanged seats. So I obviously caught game because I'm like, okay, so obviously he really likes me, which is fine because he was the one that was swiping the car.
Now, it's very important for you guys to understand, if you want something, you go after it, right? You got to kill your own dinner. Despite the programming, despite feminism, despite the fact that you feel like you're deficient in certain areas, if you see something you want, go after it. There's nothing wrong with pursuing a woman. There's nothing wrong with trying to see if you can bag a woman. Okay, that's part of the male experience. That's part of being assertive, right? Women like men who are assertive. Women like men who know what they want. However, my concern is that you continuously try to do things. When you lead with your wallet, this is what's setting the precedent in the relationship. Now, nice car, jewelry, nice watches, dressing well, smelling good are all tools in your utility belt, Batman. You're supposed to use the tools that you have, but you're not supposed to make that the foundation of your relationship. Now, when you go fishing, you got to put on some bait, right? You got to put the bait on the hook. So whatever it is, whether it's your muscles, your car, your watch, your jewelry, use that as bait to attract the woman. But to keep the woman, you got to have your mindset and your game tight. That's the difference, okay?
Then at this point, my friend walks in. He offers to buy my friend a drink. And, you know, we're hanging out. We're getting to know each other. And at the end of the night, he asks me if I want to come back to his place. And obviously, I told him it was going to cost him because I'm sorry, you just met me. So if you're going to assume I I'm going to be a hoe that gets paid.
Now, Harlem World, salute to Harlem World. Harlem World says baller simps are effing up the game hard out here. The simp dollar is strong, bro. Okay, it's recession proof. There are more simps out here than there are real men. What's a real man, Avi? A real man who understands his value. A real man that understands that he's not going to buy a woman a drink, even if he has the money, just because she's beautiful. Now, this is a fairly attractive woman. She looks like, she reminds me of a Gabrielle Union. But at the end of the day, you got to determine what you want, okay? Women, you strike up a conversation with this woman first. He didn't even try to strike up a conversation. He didn't even know, because more than likely he doesn't have any game. His mindset's not right. So instead, he decides to lead with the wallet. Now, if you would have had a conversation with her and it would have went well, maybe you didn't need to buy her a drink. Maybe she would have held off and telling you that it's going to cost you to bring her home. You see the difference? When you lead with the wallet, you set the precedent. Okay, this is where a woman's going to say, well, you know, my car broke down. I need help with my rent. And you pay it. This is the difference between tricking and having somebody with discernment and using game. Now, again, if a woman is so comfortable in asking you to pay for her box, if a woman is so comfortable to ask you for money just because she gave you some pussy, this is not a woman that you necessarily want to take seriously, bro.
I'm not a free house. And he told me that, you know, that wasn't something that he does, and he doesn't carry, you know, that amount of cash on him. But he then proceeds to tell me that he would still like to get to know me and take me out to dinner one day. Most men are threatened by women that have a price on their kitty. So I was actually surprised to hear him say he would still like to take me out to dinner, even though I turned him down or told him that it was going to cost him some coins if I was to go home with him. When I gave him my number, I did not really think that he was going to like actually reach out. A week later, he reached out and he asked me out to dinner on our first date. Keep in mind, he met me during my birthday month. We met like 3 weeks before my actual birthday, and for my actual birthday, I was going to Morocco. We went on our first date, and then we went on our second date a week before I was supposed to leave for Morocco. So he already, you know, asked me out for our third date, but because it was my birthday month, I told him that I wasn't going to go on a third date with him unless he was going to have a gift for me, because it's my birthday month.
This is why it's so important for you to understand, okay? This is so important. You know, the talking points that sounded hot, that kind of resonated with us, that we wanted to actually believe in these communities, about women not caring, don't want to be single. Women want to care about your last name and get married. Women want to, yo, they don't need niggas anymore, bro. They can finger pop themselves. Yes, although women are attracted to real men, and in actuality, when it's all said and done, in a perfect world or in the real world, a woman will rely on a real man. But nowadays, they don't need us, bro. They don't need you. They don't need you, okay? Now, I don't care how much coaching you get. They don't need you, bro. How's that working out for you, my nigga? At the end of the day, there are more women like this than there are good women. And because we're so blinded and we're so frustrated with the majority of women, you're overlooking a lot of good women. You're looking at women like this as opposed to looking at the woman who's actually looking at you. How do you increase a woman looking at you? How do you increase a woman's interest in you? You continuously to focus on yourself, bro. I know it's redundant. I know we keep talking about it every day. But if you don't understand and put a price tag on yourself while women are out here putting price tags on their vaginas, you're never going to be able to compete, bro. You're never going to be able to compete with a man who is thirsty, who has no discipline, and is willing to do whatever a woman says just because she's got a kitty.
You are courting me. You want to take me out. You want to spend time with me. What do I look like spending time on my birthday month with a man who's not going to buy me a gift? And once again, he wasn't offended by that, and he said of course he could do that on our third day. So we went out to eat, and then he was like, would you like to go back to my place? On this day, I said of course. Also, my gift was at his house. I wanted to see what the gift was. So we go to his house. He got me this cute Louis Vuitton purse with this Chanel perfume. Also a basket filled with like masks, chocolate, little things that girls.
How are you going to compete with this? How are you going to compete with this? Now, can you compete with it? Of course you can. But based on the things that I see, based on the things that you gravitate towards, the content that is appreciated or the content that is on the pedestal, you can't compete with shit like this. So this is why you continuously make men who continuously want you to think like them rich. You continue to make them more popular. They cement things in your head that don't matter. If you're focused on somebody's body count, bro, that more than likely means that you haven't had a past yourself. Okay? You're not supposed to be competing with a woman's past, bro. You're supposed to vetting her in the present to determine whether or not she's going to work out in your future. The past is the past, bro. And men who are concerned about body count more than likely is inexperienced with women. Do you understand women, bro?
Like he literally put a lot of thought into it, and I was like, that is so sweet. And then he wanted to kiss me, and I was like, baby, relax. Hold on, we need to talk about it.
This man hasn't even kissed her. You understand? This man hasn't even kissed her.
I was like, what are we doing? And so he then proceeded to ask me to be his girlfriend. But like I said, I was thotting and bopping. So I had a roster of men that were taking care of me, paying my bills, buying me nice things, taking me on vacation. So I told him that there was no way I could give him exclusiveness unless he was willing to take care of everything that these other guys were taking care of, which was my bills, my, car, everything. And once again, he wasn't threatened by it. And
pay attention. Pay attention to the word she uses, threatened. You're insecure, AV. Real men don't care about this, AV. This woman is making it seem like if you have a concern with her past, if you have a concern with how she earns money, if you have a concern about that, you're threatened by that. Do you understand what's going on here?
He agreed, said, of course, that's something that he can do. I then was like, okay, I'm going to be your girlfriend. And so then I became a stay-at-home girlfriend, and I didn't have to go out and thot and bop anymore, because I had him paying my bills. Time I had my own place. He had his own place. We did not start really living together until after we got engaged. And even after we got engaged, I still lived in my own place for a while. You guys like to hear the story about how I got him to propose to me.
This man proposed to this woman. There are millions of women out there who feel that their past won't determine their future. And I would have to agree with them. The past shouldn't determine your future. So why are you allowing a woman's past determine the future that you think that you want with her?